by engineer Muhammad Abu Ghazla. The steering system in a car is responsible for allowing the driver to control the direction of the vehicle. It converts the rotational motion of the steering wheel into the angular motion of the wheels. Here's a general overview of how a typical steering system works. 1. Steering wheel. The driver turns the steering wheel, which is connected to the steering column. The steering wheel provides the input for the desired direction of the vehicle. 2. Steering column. The steering column is a shaft that connects the steering wheel to the steering gearbox or rack. 3. Steering gearbox, rack. The steering gearbox or rack is the mechanism that translates the rotational motion of the steering wheel into the angular motion of the wheels. There are two main types of steering systems, rack and pinion. This is the most common type of steering system. It consists of a rack, a toothed metal bar, and a pinion gear, a small gear connected to the steering column. When the driver turns the steering wheel, the pinion gear rotates and moves the rack horizontally. This horizontal motion is then transferred to the steering linkage. Recirculating ball. This type of steering system uses a series of balls and recirculating channels to convert the rotational motion of the steering wheel into linear motion. When the driver turns the steering wheel, it rotates a worm gear connected to a sector gear. The sector gear moves a ball nut, which has ball bearings inside. As the ball nut moves, it pushes or pulls the steering linkage. 4. Steering linkage. The steering linkage consists of various rods, joints, and components that connect the steering gearbox or rack to the wheels. The steering linkage transmits the motion from the gearbox, rack to the wheels, allowing them to turn. 5. Pitman arm, center link. In a traditional parallelogram steering linkage, a pitman arm connects the steering gearbox or rack to the center link. The center link, also known as the drag link, extends horizontally across the front of the vehicle and connects to the steering knuckles. 6. Steering knuckles. The steering knuckles are components attached to the wheel hubs. They allow the wheels to pivot left or right as the steering linkage moves. The steering knuckles also house the wheel bearings and provide attachment points for the suspension components. 7. Tie rods. The tie rods connect the steering knuckles to the center link. They help to transmit the motion from the center link to the wheels. The tie rods can be adjusted to ensure proper alignment and toe-in, toe-out settings. 8. Power steering. Optional. Many modern cars feature power steering, which assists the driver in turning the steering wheel. Power steering systems can be hydraulic or electric. Hydraulic power steering uses a hydraulic pump, fluid, and a series of valves to assist the driver's effort. Electric power steering uses an electric motor and sensors to provide assistance. 9. Steering wheel angle sensor. Optional. Some vehicles have a steering wheel angle sensor, which detects the position of the steering wheel and provides input to the vehicle's stability control system. It helps the system make adjustments to maintain stability and improve safety. It's important to note that the specific components and mechanisms of a steering system may vary depending on the vehicle's make and model. Additionally, newer technologies, such as electric power-assisted steering and steer-by-wire systems, are being introduced to improve efficiency and enable advanced driver assistance features.